Welcome back to Commentary. I am Ari, and as you can see, we're starting off a little different today. This is the Kickstarter for the game Touchstarved. We're gonna play the Steam demo, and I hope the game will be everything, or like the demo will be everything that we hope, and I hope it will convince you, as it probably will convince me to back this. Show! But his cool green eyes slide right over them, locking on me instead. How about you? You seem like you could use something to brighten up your day. There's really nothing to worry about. He blushes again. He looks really cute when he blushes, man. I admit, your touch does make it somewhat difficult to stay level-headed, but not due to your power. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. Thank you. Go explore, Arena. You'll find many roads in Iridia, each leading to different answers, but if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. Just be careful. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into my pocket, in the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. God dang it, that was a bad sentence for me. Leander gives me one last friendly wave before I depart. Oh, so now we have a room and food? Okay, I'm not so upset about the drink anymore. The air clings, sodden and heavy. Without the moving crowd, the sunless streets look barren and bleak. Is this the next day? Or like the evening? Even the peddlers are long gone. Only a pair of crows remain quibbling over stale crusts in a gutter. I feel a ridiculous pang of envy. At least they've got a reason to fight. I've never felt so lost. Curious and Leander both made it clear that the Senobium can't be trusted. But I came so far, endured so much. I need to see the Senobium for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. I should have asked someone at the bar for directions before leaving. Uh-oh. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, until a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. Oh my god, what's happening? The shadow runs down the street in rivulets. Rivulets? Formless dark spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch, a muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep, I feel it. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or a single breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it. I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I want to see what got me first. I steel myself, then turn. Wait, nothing? The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone except for a figure clinging in the shade of a nearby stoop. A figure? Was that you? A monster, that much is clear from a glance. Or one that could... You should not be calling people monster that easily if you have a curse. Like, you called yourself a monster, right? Like, stop it. One that could nearly be mistaken for human, were it not for the tuffled ears and tail curled around his ankle. Or the dust pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. Our eyes meet, and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me, unsettling, of blood, where it curls around his collared throat. Jumpy, aren't we? His tone is so light and carefree. Sorry, I read that completely different. Wait, let me try it again. Jumpy, aren't we? I don't know, whatever. His tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his chin on his knuckles and regards me with an inscrutable little smile. Didn't you see that shadow just now? It was massive, moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beasts I've seen are the wigs drooling regulars, though this did catch my eye. He stole my key? With a flourish of his hand, my in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turns on his chain, glittering when it catches the light. Oh, F off. Like, there's one thing positive that happens in my life, and immediately it's taken from me. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets, and sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on the edge, thrumbling with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edges of my vision. I've always attracted the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. Who said that's my key? I mean, technically it's just right now, but it's not... Where did you find it? How about that? I think you might have stolen it, but... Okay, let's play this game with... Where did you find it? How do you find it? The key, I mean. What can I say? I'm a sucker for shiny things. He smiles wide enough to reveal pointed canines. I saw you drop it. You really should be more careful. A city like this, somebody might take advantage. A bald-faced lie, said without a hint of irony. I can't figure out how he picked my pockets under my nose, but I'm certain he took my key and I need it back. I approached the man, careful to keep an arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. He does look dangerous, in my opinion. Also, like, I don't know, maybe I should have said it's not my key to not give up the secret, but then I would not have a reason to take back the key, right? So the stranger's chain softly clinks, with the tilt of his head. His ears flick. Keeping your distance. I'd be stupid to trust you. You think I stole your dinky little key? From all the way over here. He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? A bit too, like, you would draw too much attention for a thief, right? You've got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. Does it? Okay. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. I'm not looking to buy, so I doubt I could afford your services anyway. Lucky for you, I don't charge. The man turns the tip of his tongue over a fang, and for the first time since I stepped into the shadow, I feel something other than dread. My face grows hot. Wait, is this a brothel? That's not what I meant. I'm flattered, really. Were sex my trade, I might make an exception for you. How about half of for a handy... What? What? Oh, you could just hand me over my key. Ask nicely, and I might even let you tug my tail. Just throw it here. So, some spindly little street urchin can snatch it and run. He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead, slumming in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dready little pig pen, I wonder. He listlessly watches the arc of my key swing around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's dreck, And there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flicker towards me. They gleam with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassing has worn away, leaving shimmering impatience in its place. If this is a shakedown, it's the most frustrating one I've ever heard of. I mean, I could flirt back, but why him though? I would have flirted back with the other two, but I'm kind of really annoyed with him. Then again, he does not seem to let down, so maybe I should give him something entertaining to get my key back. Okay, let's just save. I'm kind of curious how he will react anyway. So I guess. How do you know? Wait, how do you know that I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in a swamp? Oh, she's doing a sarcasm. Oh, I love it. How do you know that I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in a swamp just so I could crawl into a bed with the first thirsty monster I saw? That earns me a burst of breathy laughter. He gazes at me under his dark lashes. Aren't you funny? Could you be any more obvious? I have been told my god. Subtly is not my strength. So your place or mine. Oh, I'd invite you if I had my. Oh, I mean, I kind of want to say that, but do I really want to invite him? I don't want him to take my word for it. I pass. I have to pass. I'm scared that he will actually come back with me. Wait, but he said it's a pigsty, so I guess he won't. But what if he's too intrigued? No, I will pass. Tempting, but no. Yet he still smiles, undeterred. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. And something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want, or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack. Or bite. I won't bite hard, unless you beg me. Why is he so horny? No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into an innuendo. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite. It's truly a performance to die for. And there's life in this dreadful place, if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. The man's gaze flickers from me to the key dangling from his finger. Naturally, this dump was little more than a miserable little smear when I first arrived. Wait, so he's really old then, right? Hightown, Lowtown. I know Iridia like the back of my hand. What about the Senobium? Do you know where that is? The smile vanishes. Surely you've seen it. That absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. You must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The Senobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limb dig down. Couldn't even dream of. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I've calmed down. I've already got plans. Oh, have you some pressing matters at the Senobium? Lunch dates with librarians, Tea time with the most esteemed abbess. That's my business. What's it matter to you? I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of me. You're lost. The stranger, finally bored of this tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. Then when he makes no other move, I reach for the key, but as soon as my fingers gaze smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Hey! He yanks me down and I stagger, my soul slipping on the steps, sorry. For a moment, oh my god, okay. For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them, even as his fingers dig into my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of death and the road. Oh wow, his eyes changed. And that fucking doctor. His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Let go! I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. But just when I fear he'll bite, he takes a deep whiff instead. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes upon me. Not quite human, not quite monster. Seems we're both. Vera! The stranger's ears flatten, and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging it where his grip left grooves in my bandages. The stranger tilts around to watch a woman duck out from the curtains behind him. Her Senobium uniform is nearly identical, with the one my mentor kept tucked away in her closet. I leave you for all of what? 10 minutes, and you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing tourists? The stranger, Darren, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see? This is a friend of mine. A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes minutely. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Vera cuts in. I was gracious enough, offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger's drawn to you like a moth to flame. It will always find you, given time. The woman clicks her tongue, as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word of advice! Don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in the street. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, yeah, he seems like a trickster, or like not a trickster, but like a clown. There's no good word in English for it. I just know German words for it, but like something in between, like a trickster and a clown, I guess. Like he's there for the amusement, but he can also be serious. Definitely. Anyway, I'm intrigued with that bad part of him, not the nice trickster, funny part, I guess, flirty part. She shrugs off a wilting look from where. Oh please, any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Vera rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. Then suddenly, it draws on me that the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from the harness attached to his collar, but a leash. Oh, poor boy. A heavy iron chain wound around the hitching post and padlocked to the back of his collar. Oh boy. Vera posed deliberately to hide his leash from me. That's why he couldn't come to me. Oh, I feel so bad now. Oh, poor puppy. Poor fox puppy. The woman procures a keyring from her pocket. She rifled through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting for soulless inside the city. Words momentarily fail me. The woman regarding me with a polite if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Regards me, sorry. He stretches his arm above his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he ages his back. Your little secret, safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed. Okay, so he will not tell about it. That's interesting. So he does have a backbone. I kind of feel like this sense of camaraderie right now. Vera hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman, okay? His tail sways merrily, as though he had just lied and threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Laventian knot? That the one where you take 3 fingers and... Actually, don't tell me. Knowing you is disgusting. Oh, okay. So she was at a brothel and he was waiting outside, okay. And he was giving her advice to what to try, okay. Vera's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I am still missing something. Wait! Reflectively, I shove my hands into my pockets and find it. The room key. I pull it out of my pocket and raise it to the light just to be sure. A nagging feeling distracts me from my relief. I don't know what Vera's game was, or what he wanted from me. All I know for certain is that the Senobium saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share, if that's what this vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze to the Senobium, faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse is all I need. Then I can put all this behind me. This time the key goes in my coin purse for safekeeping. Alright, I think we have just 2 more guys to meet. Thank you for watching this far. As I expected, this demo is a few hours long, so I'll have to cut things short here. I hope this convinced you to back the Kickstarter. The campaign is open until the 20th of May. Regardless if it did or didn't yet, I'll keep these episodes coming until we finish this demo. So if you want to see more, keep your eyes peeled and maybe ring that bell. Until the next episode.